there, oops, and welcome to your message of the day. And we already have something falling out. Let's see what we're going to talk about today. Oh my, we have the Death card and we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Sorry, you didn't see the Death card very well, did you? I wasn't looking. There you go. Okay, so I think we are thrusted into a situation in your life, a point in time that is being difficult. The Death card, signals an end of something. Death is but a transformation into a new way of existence, but it comes with a lot of fear and and pain, because people don't want to release, or don't want to lose what they have. We hold on to that which we find normalcy, and we find comfort in it as well. So it's difficult sometimes to move on when things have already, passed. So you have to kind of move on. You also have here, I think it's the Pope looking figure. So maybe something in regards to the Pope for some of you. There is maybe revelation in regards to the Pope, or something in regards to the church that has made a change within you. This could be a very specific message. With the Nine of Swords here, what I'm getting, the combination in general, the Nine of Swords is the card of anxiety, of staying up at night. It's coming out in reverse. I think it's kind of, I think you're kind of overcoming an anxiety, maybe the anxiety in regards to this death situation. Can we have an elaboration? Let's get an elaboration. Let's find out. So we are not guessing. We'll get a bit more light into the dark here and see. And trust your intuition to discern, of course, what messages are for you, as this is a general reading. And for personal readings, you can find my contact always in the description. But let's see, and trust that this is an exercise for your own intuition and for your own belief in yourself, that you can, that you know what's best oftentimes, and that you already have inklings. And this is kind of just trying to help you connect to that, okay? Look, the Nine of Cups came out. The Nine of Cups, the card of wish fulfillment. Your personal wishes coming true, feeling emotionally fulfilled within your own achievements in life and that which you establish yourself in. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, so the emotional fulfillment now that you are maybe experiencing or heading towards, that was really hard labor. That's what I was getting at. I was just going to say that, and here we have the card showing us exactly that. Look, this was hard work. You had to carry a lot. You had to go through a lot to get to a place where you kind of released lack mentality. This idea that you have to hold on to the safety. We were talking about this right in the beginning when the Death card came out, right? The idea of death and being scared of change comes from the inability to accept that your stability is not actually stable. You can't find the safety that you desperately want in the things that you deem to be normal, because the normal is always evolving, and your day-to-day is always evolving. And with the Four coming out specifically here in reverse, the Four of Pentacles, what I'm seeing is someone who has understood that you have to, whatever safety we're finding in the material world specifically, so this can be in your routines, this can be in your house, in your home, in your work, I already said the routine, so it came up twice, so maybe there's really an emphasis on routine here. But understanding that there can be a shift of it where it's not the safe, they themselves don't bring you safety, or you doing the things as you know them, you're keeping up a status quo. The safety comes with the understanding that the change is inevitable, facing the anxieties that you have in regards to this, facing the anxiety in regards to losing whatever you have established in your life already. In an effort, right, to reach your emotional fulfillment, in an effort to make your dreams come true. That is kind of the idea with this card. Can we have maybe one or two more before we get some oracles? What else do we need to speak about? One or two, and I got three, and that's okay. Alrighty, I'm going to start with this one. We have the Sun in reverse. It is very strongly coming through here, the idea of the inner kid. The Sun in general is often depicted with a kid, so but it represents happiness. It represents this joy that a child has when they're interacting with the most what we see as mundane things, the normalcy. Rather than it bringing safety, it brings excitement for exploration. That which for us has become stagnant and normal is for them a very exciting thing to be doing, you know, the smallest things. If you've ever seen a little baby like play with bubbles for the first time, it's such a joy, the excitement that they have, and seeing that, carrying that through in your life, this maybe the shift, right, from the finding the safety, holding on to the safety, to kind of going with the happiness and going with this inner kid version of yourself and looking at things from that perspective rather. Oh yeah, okay, look at that. I see why these cards came out together, and I cannot show you them fully because we have nudity on the cards. But we have the 9 of staffs, the 9 of wands. You had the 10 come out already, remember? So you have the 9 here, still standing after a very difficult, and what is that? It's the Lovers in reverse. So maybe a very difficult relationship that came to an end. Whatever it was, I think it was a crash and burn kind of situation, because on this card, you see fire and you see an imbalance ultimately that results in punishment for some sort of coupling, whatever that means to you. So that, yeah, I think there's something in your past in regards to you having gone through a lot and still managing to find the joy and this inner kid and the wish fulfillment through all of this, right? Through all of this, and recognizing, facing the fears, facing death, facing maybe the ultimate fear. Yeah, because when all is said and done, and when all is lost, the last thing to go is your life. Okay, what else? What else do we need to talk about in regards to this fear? How can we help the collective right now with this and the message that we need to talk about today? Source. Connecting to the source, maybe finding the safety in the source rather than the material. Finding safety in belief, you know, whatever that means to you. You don't have to be part of a religion or believe specifically in the concept of God. You don't have to do anything in this life, but it's a matter of finding something from which you can nourish yourself, to allow you to keep serving yourself and those around you, you know, making something out of your life. And what is that which allows for you to flourish and for you to flow? What is that which you are so abundant of that is just never ending, you know? That is maybe your source connection, or the easiest way for you to connect to it. Because ultimately, it seems to be that we are all one, my dears. So would there be a separation between God and anything and anyone? I would argue most likely not. Okay, what do we have from here? I think that is something that maybe brings calmness. I felt like my heart became a bit calmer now as I spoke those words. Okay, what do we have from here? A fiery climax approaches. A full moon in Aries. What is this about? What is the climax then? What is the climax? I want to know. Let us find out with this. Oh, the discovery of some sort of maybe betrayal. The 7 of Swords indicates deception ultimately. You know, this is about this is a person who has maybe had different intentions and they set in the beginning, you know. So there's like a shift of reality, of perception, and an effort for someone to gain, you know. Trickery often comes at the expense of someone. Why would you have to trick anyone if you could just get whatever you want to get? You wouldn't have to trick the person to give it to you, or to trick them to look away so you can steal it, you know. So something there. This could be also major stuff happening in your life. So not just a person, but major themes of deception coming up and being surfacing. And maybe if you are watching this currently, we are going through a lot of stuff right now, and there's a lot of things coming up, a lot of deception, a lot of maybe what we found to be safety. We are realizing there is no safety in such, because a system that is only that needs people to lose for some few to win can never be fair. And anyone that supports that kind of system, whether they are one of those few people, which is almost impossible, or not, they are hoping to win from the system. That can be the only way that you can perpetrate such inequality, really. It's because you're hoping to maybe one day be on the up and up again, you know, be part of the club, as we're seeing now, people finding elitism as a way to dictate power and keep power and control in certain groups and peoples that you know enough about and can you know, use in whatever way you need them to work within this system, which is self-perpetrating. I was listening to I think she's a journalist and an author. She might be doing other stuff as well, talking about how capitalism is not a natural system, but it is a system of oppression that has to continuously be enforced. Anyway, okay, so maybe that stuff has been really riling you up. I'm sorry, I just made a bit of noise. Maybe that stuff has been really riling you up. You've been finding yourself distressed and maybe scared of what this is bringing about, right? The new world, in a way that we're heading towards, because there is whatever is happening. If you're watching it, whether you're watching it as it comes out or not, but whatever is happening in your life doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be complete shift, but it seems to be we've gotten to a place where we can no longer just close our eyes, keep the eyes shut. Eyes need to be open, you know. We've been seeing the push for this for a long time, and we've gotten to a place now that it's enough people have seen the unicorn to be able to name the unicorn and to say, oh yeah, I think it's actually fucking there. Enough people. So because before, maybe the idea of like disregarding someone because the opinion of a person has been outnumbered by people saying, no, that's not something we should look at or think about, when now the idea is enough people are seeing it, so now enough people feel safe because the numbers are enough that there's a level of safety now for people to actually speak out and come out and speak. And yeah. Okay, I lost my train of thought, but I think it's because we need to just keep going. Can we get maybe some guidance for the collective? What kind of guidance? Oh, this one, okay. What kind of guidance can we get? It's time to take action. What in the world? And you have a new moon in Aries. Oh my gosh. And do you see what I am seeing? You start with a full moon and end something that we correlate to an ending. To move into a new moon, both in the same sign. And there is a conjunction right now happening in Aries between Neptune and Saturn, which is like a major thing. I think. Wow. So a lot of, okay, we're really seeing this as a point of before and after in time, whenever you're watching this. But what I'm sensing is there's an ending to something. There's a new beginning. This is a time of turmoil, of action, of a lot of energy. And the anxieties you've been feeling in regards to losing the safety in your life, you've been able to kind of withstand them so far through following your emotional fulfillment, reconnecting to this inner kid, and specifically to seeing maybe seeing instead of finding fear as this guide in your life, the fear of losing the safety that you have, seeing the excitement and the exploration of that which you have not yet acquired or not yet seen, which is kind of the perspective of a kid, right? And the tarot also kind of the understanding of what when it comes to the Fool. Okay, so it's time to take action. How can the collective take action? What is the advice that we can give? What is the action? And if you hear a lot of movement around. My Baba's feeling a little off today, and he's just walking around about a lot. Wow. The cards that came out speak very clear to me through the fog, because that is what the cards are trying to tell us. When it comes to you taking action, it is a matter of you reconnecting with your intuition, with your trust, with your gut feeling. If something feels off, maybe it's because it's off. Do you really want to risk it for the biscuit? Do you want to eat it and then potentially get food poisoning? Maybe it's not worth it right now. And maybe your whatever feeling arises in your first instance of contact, maybe that is something to really hone in on and explore a bit more, okay? And finding that as well as your guide to seeing through all of the stuff popping up right now, all of the potentially illusion, the fog. This is the 7 of Cups. You had the 9, right? You're already past the fog in your own personal development. You already reached this 9 of Cups. At least as we're speaking right now, we're in connecting to that energy of being in the fulfilling of your heart space, you know, really trying to do that. And the 7 though is this is the card, I think for me, the perfect like idea of like, how can I explain this? It's like advertisement. You get all of these options and it's shown to you and it looks all amazing and perfect and glitter and oh, look at all here and look here, look here, look here, look here. And you get so lost in all of the advertisement that you don't even know why you came in the first place, or you end up buying things that you don't really want or don't really need, just because you got so enthralled by everything that was being sold to you. Okay, so if you're finding yourself with the anxiety or returning to the stage of fear, okay, your call is to connect to your intuition, to allow your intuition to be like a sword through the fog, to allow it to cut through the fog and to say, no, I trust where I'm going and I know what's happening, and there might be a lot of noise right now, but I know what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I keep aligning with these principles that you hold within yourself, the principles and the lessons that you've learned, because we had difficulty popping up here as well, right? Wow. What is your intuition? What is the mother saying? Let's ask, well, she's the high priestess. Let's ask the priestess, whatever, it's all one, does not matter anyway. So, what does she have to say? Keep going, dear. Keep going, keep moving ahead. Do not fear the impact. Did you just see that? That was loads of rhymes, like one after the other. That is for me a sense of like, I'm really connecting to source. For me personally, that is a sign and where I feel confirmed in my own intuition, when I find that naturally there's a flow in the words. But the mother is saying, keep going, keep moving ahead. And you have a fiery climax approaching, right? The end of something is near. But instead of fearing the impact, brace for it. Rather than fearing it, brace for it. And know why maybe this is the necessary step. And not forgetting where you are trying to go. Because the Ram, the Aries sign, is about that. And also, we have currently, you know, the visualization of a ram has also been circulating more in a very negative context. And maybe this is also just a symbol, something to point out, you know, the fact, not saying that this is a negative thing necessarily, but this like really like just impact, intense impact, and really like destructive energy is kind of in the forefront of your reading right now and today. Okay. All right, how can we leave the collective then? With what kind of message can we leave them? Thank you for everything. Thank you guys for being here and for hopefully taking something useful out of this. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. Emotions are running high. So what is this? So your dreams need a practical plan. It's the same message, kind of, as we were talking. It's just a confirmation here. When you find the emotions running high, emotions being your cups, remember? So a lot of distraction, a lot of like, oh my God, this is happening, you're just being pulled all these different ways. Instead of getting lost in the sauce, try to stick to the stubbornness within yourself, the Taurus, right? This is a different version of using the Ram energy, or using the earth element, which is being practical about it. What do you need to do then? Let's say you fear a certain outcome of something happening in your life. What do you do now to kind of prepare for it? How can you face the impact and brace for it in a way that, you know, best works out for you ultimately? I think that's it ultimately. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm choppy today in my communication, but that's okay as well. Secrets. Ooh, secrets. Maybe this is more stuff to look into, maybe not. You know what? I'm not gonna, because I'm just sensing that this could be a wormhole that we could go down, and it might take us somewhere. But just not today, Jose. I don't feel that's what we're here for. I hope this message was helpful to you though. And if you enjoyed it, maybe you want to like, you want to subscribe, maybe you want to share it with people. I would appreciate you. And hopefully I'll see you here soon. Maybe you want to check out some other stuff. Bye-bye.